So I've grown up going to church, being a part of a great family that's always tried to put me in the right place. My parents always brought me to every extension that the church had. They taught me all the right things, but I never was really following God. I knew everything about Him, but it wasn't really completely real to me. It was just me following my parents and trying to be a good kid. And that became very hard to live out during middle school when I began to get bullied, which kind of brought me into a state of depression. And it was just a spiral downward. I couldn't control then myself. I began to get angry all the time. This anger was just consuming. I couldn't stop myself to the point where I would just have to leave whatever room I was in and go hide in my room to vent, because if I didn't, I would end up hurting my siblings or something like that. And so that brought me into even more of a state of depression because I couldn't control myself, and I tried to find something that could fulfill me, that could give me pleasure, and that became an addiction to pornography. And that's probably been the hardest thing I've ever had to go through. And those things lasted all through 6th grade and 9th grade for 4 years until my dad finally found out just how bad my anger was and this addiction that I'd been hiding to pornography. And that was really hard because everything that was horrible that I hated about myself came out into the open. And I needed to make a choice. I didn't want to do these things anymore, so my choices were, I gotta stop them. Well, I can't stop them because I've tried that before and it never works just doing it by myself. So I decided, well, let's try this thing that I've learned in church. Let's see if God is actually real, if the Bible is true. And I began to challenge my faith and challenge what I believed in. Did the Bible really happen? When did it happen? What did God say? What is the power that God claims to have? And can He really do what He says? And everywhere I looked, I saw yes, yes, and yes, including in my own life. And that was all through high school, that journey. And it was amazing. Over those years, God not only showed me the reality of Him, but He took away the anger that consumed me. I can get a little bit frustrated, when my siblings try to annoy me, but the consuming rage that I could not control is no longer there. It's completely gone. I could not imagine this happening without God. And not only that, but this addiction that I've had with pornography, it's no longer me fighting it. I can never fight it on my own. It's still something I struggle with, but the beauty of the gospel is I don't have to fight it. You see, God came to this earth not just to save us from hell. It's amazing that He did that, but He came to save us from ourselves. We can never achieve even our own standards, let alone God's standards. And God came down to earth and died in the most gruesome way humans could come up with. And He says, you no longer are condemned to hell. But not only that, you are no longer condemned to your own actions. I don't have to follow my addictions. I don't have to look at pornography. I don't have to be angry. God has taken those away from me. And that's the beauty of the Gospels. God not only saves us from His own judgment, but He saves us from ourselves. Because it's the only way that we can be saved. And that is the entirety of the Bible. And its truth, it's beautiful. And that has been my whole journey, is learning those things. And I'm still learning those. I'm not perfect. I still struggle with things like pornography. And I'm still trying to just realize just how real God is. But He's shown Himself. My name is Jonathan Russell, and this is my story.